Welcome to the Easy Sports Talk Show podcast. My name is Javon Adams. I am one of your co-hosts, and with me is a man who played professional baseball, also played in that first Super Bowl bound team for the Atlanta Falcons. He is an author. He is a motivational speaker. He's my brother Ed Easy Smith. What is good, man?
What up, though, Jay? It's official fall time out here. Got the doors open, driving with the windows down. I mean, it's getting nice out here, bro.
One of the things that I know when the weather starts to change, at least what I love is that because I get up and I try to run every morning, or at least I'm out and about going and exercising and stuff, and so it's a little bit of a chill in the air.
Oh yeah,
at around 4:35, 5:36, it's a little chill, and so I love that. I'm not complaining at all. So we do this here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we also have another podcast that we do for the Believe Network. It's called Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, and that's every Monday and Thursday. Actually, it went live today, so you can check that out. Believe in the Arizona Cardinals. That's BLEAV. And then on every Saturday, we have our terrestrial radio show that we do on Sports Map Radio, and so that is national. If you're not in one of the 98 markets that we're in, then you can go to sportsmapradio.com, and in the upper right corner, you'll see a little play icon, or if you want to download it and take us in your pocket, so to speak, you can download the app for your Android or mobile device. I know that my son out in Norfolk, that's what he does is he'll go to the website and he'll listen to the show that way. And if all that stuff, you can always go to easysportstalk.com. That's easysportstalk.com as well to stay connected with us. You'll be able to get the podcast as well, depending on how you get them. If you want to go get past them, however you get to the show, share it, let a friend know, tell a friend about what we have going on here. It does help, and it is much appreciated. You can get on that newsletter as well. But we have a great show. Yes, sir.
Next time you talk to Kendrick, ask him if you say Norfolk like a Yankee.
Yeah, exactly. That Norfolk, because they're out there and say Norfolk. Yeah. I know. Hello, Norfolk. So, indeed. We got a great show lined up for you. A couple topics that we want to hit on. So the first one, when we recorded on Wednesday, that was Game 5 for the Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers. The Diamondbacks went out. They tried, but their bats did not come alive. That's for sure. But what was it? Zach Gallen had a wonderful performance. 5 innings? I want to say 5 hitless innings, no hit, and he definitely left it all out there on the field. But just a congratulations to the Diamondbacks on a wonderful season, and congratulations, of course, to the Texas Rangers. But just want to let you reflect a little bit on the Diamondbacks, and more specifically, Torey Lovullo. I did hear that was Ken Kendrick, the managing partner, said that they're going to be talking about contract extension for him, and as of course that they should, because he was here. I heard it on the radio today. So Bickley and Murata, where when you think about when he came in, manager of the year. So when he came on board, what was that, 2017, I want to say, and then going through the ups and downs, more downs than ups, making it through 100-loss season, and then being able to come back, of course, and be able to get to the World Series and defy all odds, when a lot of managers don't get a chance to experience the up, because that ebb and flow of a manager or a coach or whatever, that the person that's the head of an organization doesn't get a chance to experience that up trajectory as well. But your thoughts on the Diamondbacks and Torey Lovullo?
Yeah, well, first off, with the contract situation, they should be embarrassed that he's still on these 1-year deals, one after the other. It's ridiculous. And hopefully they take care of Torey long term. If you think about what he's meant to the organization, you talk about the 100-loss season a couple years ago. And, I mean, when you're working with the ingredients he was working with, it's like, what do you expect? That type of thing. And you also see, when you give him talent, what he's capable of. This is our second, real deep run first real deep run into playoffs, obviously, all the way to the Super Bowl, to the World Series. And this was, like I said, this was a great season. This was a team that overachieved at the halfway point, or past the halfway point. They were still battling the Dodgers for, the not National League West pennant. It just didn't work out that way. But you saw what they did once they got into the playoffs. And I think there's more of this to come for the organization. Young talent, You keep Torrey here, lock him up. These guys get more seasoning, and every year is not going to be a World Series run.
Right.
But I do think, especially with the expanded playoffs, we can expect this team to be in the mix for the playoffs, either division or wild card, for the foreseeable future. So, obviously expectations will be higher. As I mentioned, slow roll. Every year is not a World Series run, but we do have the foundation, and it's all because of management. They did their due diligence in terms of sticking with Torrey. They just haven't rewarded him, in my opinion, to the level that they should. And hopefully that happens. And we're going to look to have Torrey on the show soon on the Saturday show. I just want to give him some time to kind of, deflate or reflect after, because it's a race up the hill, and especially when you get that close and don't get it, it's gut wrenching. I've been there before with a Super Bowl loss, so it takes a little time to decompress. And we'll be in touch and have him on the show soon. But Diamondbacks represented themselves very well in this run. A base running situation here, error, uncharacteristically here, kind of just got away from us. But no shame in this game. There were 28 other teams sitting and watching the Diamondbacks do what they did, and all congratulations to them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Believe Easy Sports Talk Show. Sometimes it happens like that. Easy Sports Talk Show. He's Ed Smith. I'm Javon Adams. All right. There's a quote from James Harden. I came across it last night because I wasn't. Sometimes you get your semi plugged in, so to speak. Yeah. But so he was asked about his time in Philadelphia. And so you can go find the quote, but I sent it to you. So essentially what he said was they were talking, what went wrong. They wanted me to be something that I wasn't. And I'm paraphrasing that. But then what he said was I'm not a system player. I am the system. I am the system. I am the system. And I heard an argument, and I think I subscribe to this. This monster, and we've talked about it before, this monster was built by Morey in Houston because they made him the sun, and all planets revolved around him, right? But I am the system. Who's the manager? I am the manager.
According to James Harden, he's Nino Brown. He's Nino Brown, bruh. It's all about him. Golly, have you ever seen anybody so narcissistic or unaware is a word I was thinking when I heard it this morning while I was driving, and I heard him actually talking. I was like, wow, some people, you remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he had the camera and he's looking in the mirror,
yes,
and the camera showed you what you thought of yourself or whatever, and Dave was all ripped.
Yeah,
and he was looking like just all. That's exactly what Harden, he must be looking in the mirror, seeing that version of himself and thinking that is him. And everything falls.
But hold on. The thing is, it's not as if it was after a game and you're upset and your adrenaline's flowing. You say, I am the system. I am. No, he was calm. No, they wanted me to do, and I'm not a system player. I am the system. Pause.
In
a sentence.
If you're the Clippers and he's actually coming to your team, this isn't like he's going to the Houston Rockets where, they don't have established guys. This is the Clippers with 2, maybe 3 Hall of Fame players already in place.
Yes, man.
And he's coming in talking about, I am the system. And then you got a coach that's probably sitting there in Ty Lue like, wait a minute, we haven't even showed you the system yet. You're the system.
The system is here. I am the system. And that's what you get. And that's what you get. What do we say to our kids when we tell them not to do something and they do it and they see the negative results from it? That's what you get.
You bought this on yourself.
Oh my goodness gracious! This is going to be such an interesting season just to pay attention to what happens with the Clippers. I don't care if they win or lose. I do want them to lose to my Lakers whenever we play them. And if we get them in the playoffs or something like that, I want them to lose. But he walked in the door. It was not even, I'm looking forward to fitting in and seeing how I can be a benefit to this team. There's established players, like you just mentioned there. There's established players on this team. We got great players. He said, no, I am the system. The champ is here. The champion's here. I'm here. I'm here to do it all.
We don't even know his role yet, how Ty Lue's going to fit him in. He's already talking about basically everybody's going to have to bend to him. This is,
Yeah.
I mean, wow. That blew my mind. Seriously.
I would have been speechless, especially if I was sitting, let's say if I'm in that press conference and I'm one of his teammates and I'm off to the side just looking at it. Oh, yeah, okay. He doing good. Yeah, I am the system. And then you turn and look at Kawhi and say, Kawhi, did you notice?
He hadn't even played a game yet. Is it too early to already have buyer's remorse? Could you imagine? I mean, golly. We ain't even started playing with this dude yet, and he's already here talking about. Now, who should be most offended? Because obviously it's Kawhi's team, but you got Paul George there, and then your boy Westbrook. He's got to be sitting there thinking, "Wow, what's this mean for me?" I mean, wow. I don't know who should be more offended.
This is one of those things. I wonder if Westbrook, because keep this in mind. Remember how so Durant, Westbrook, and Harden played together on the Oklahoma City Thunder for years and years ago. So think about that time. It's almost as if you in high school with somebody or you go to college with somebody and then you don't see them for a while and then they've totally changed. You didn't used to smoke weed, or you didn't used to drink Hennessy, or you didn't used to, or they maybe they changed for the better. They ripped and they're really healthy. But that, I wonder if it's going to be an awakening for Westbrook to say, that's not how you used to be, man. When did this happen? Blame Daryl Morey, man. He made me into the system.
Yeah. Hey, get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be it's gonna be very entertaining coming up here moving forward, man.
Yes, indeed. Wow, Easy Sports Talk Show, Javon Adams, Ed Smith. So let's get into this real quick. So the Suns I'm paying attention. The reason why I'm bringing up these stories, one, because of James Harden story. I mean, that's just the gift that keeps on giving. But the other, I'm trying to pull you into the NBA season. Just one little slight tug or nudge at a time. I'm gonna get you there one way or another. But the Suns lost again. They lost. It was one of those odd home. They played the same team. They played the San Antonio Spurs back to back, but at their spot here in Phoenix. So, but they lost both games. One, they lost in two different fashions. They lost, they lost a 20-point lead, and they ended up losing by 1 point to San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday night. And then I think that was Wednesday night. Yeah. And then last night they ended up losing to the Spurs again, but this time they were down by 27. The Suns were down by 27 at one point in time, fought all the way back to ultimately end up losing the game. Devin Booker played this game where he didn't play the previous three games. I mean, I know that there's got to be some working out of things when you're trying to get used to a team, but man, they're 2-3 now. There's a difference between 2-2 and then 2-3. And I'm not sounding the alarm, but this is something just to keep an eye on, because even when Devin Booker is there and he performs great, Kevin Durant might be. This might be one of those things where you got the Benz, you got the Bentley, you got the Benz, you got the Beamer, you got it, but it's a late model, and you can't ride it as hard as you could ride it if it was brand new, that type of thing, man.
Yeah, no, this is, you know what happens, Jay, once again, like expectations, when we made a trade for Beal and it's like, oh my God, we got this super team, they should be favored in the West. They're probably going to win 60, 65, 70 games, that type of thing. Right. And, you and I know, one, injury, empathy toward the regular season, just, who cares? And that's why I get a little disappointed with the March through the 82, because we're going to look back and it's like, well, they were 2 or 3 one time. And it's like, who cares? They probably finished 3rd or 4th in the West. And then the fun begins with the playoffs. For me, That's why some of these games are so inconsequential. At the same time, I don't want to seem hypocritical, but yes, these early season games should mean something to these guys in terms of getting out there, getting some chemistry going, because we know what's going to happen, Jay. We know it. This is going to be a season of this one's out for this much. He comes back, but then we lose this one for this many games. Or at some point, we should count the number of games that all 3 of them play together in this
together.
82. It's great we got Booker back. We still haven't seen Beal yet. What happens? We get Beal back week 2, whatever it is, and then Durant goes down for a stretch, or Booker re-injures. This is going to be an in and out, up and down season, in my opinion. The question for us, if we fast forward to March and April, will be, well, they never got their chemistry together. Is it too late, or can they get it going in the postseason? These are things, like I said, we'll revisit this in later months, but I think we're seeing exactly what we should be prepared to see all the way through the season. This isn't a team like you think about some of those Warriors teams clipping off 12, 13, 14, 15 wins in a row. And, Steph is there. This isn't going to be one of those teams. This is going to be a team that they get a couple here and then somebody's down. They lose with this and they got to go on an East Coast trip coming up here. I think we're seeing what we're going to see all the way through to March.
All right, so they do head out to the road. I think they play the Sixers on Saturday, so we'll see how that goes when we come back on Monday here. But that is Ed Smith. I am Javon Adams, and we do it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's the Easy Sports Talk Show podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend about what we have going on. Also make easysportstalk.com part of your day. You can go to the YouTube page as well, and that's at the Easy Sports Talk Show. And so make sure you check in on us on Saturday. Again, that's 1 to 3 Eastern is our terrestrial radio show. That's on SportsMap Radio, sportsmapradio.com. Go into the upper right corner, click on the play button, or download the app for your Android or Apple device. And as we always like to say around this time, you can